Hey everybody, I'm Chef Julie Andrews, and this is Meredith from the Fitchburg Fire Department, and we are back in the kitchen making more healthy meals.
All right.
So today we are going to make some oven fried chicken tenders. So instead of deep frying chicken tenders, we are going to make them in the oven, which makes them a whole lot healthier.
Fantastic.
But still delicious.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
So we start with our seasoning mixture.
Okay.
So this is quite a few different seasonings. We have celery seeds, some poultry seasoning, some paprika, salt and pepper, a little heat with some red pepper flakes.
Fantastic.
But we just mix that all together. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some in our breadcrumbs and some in our flour.
Ah.
So just kind of mix those. And you can put it in one or the other, but I just like to get a little flavor throughout both.
Okay.
So we just kind of whisk that together, both of these here. And then after that, we're gonna take chicken breast tenders. So you can actually buy them like this. So you could get chicken breast and slice them up, but you can buy the tenders just like this. It's just a piece that comes off the breast.
Yep.
So it makes it super easy.
Okay.
And then we do what they call the standard breading procedure. So we start with flour. And you know what? I forgot to mix up my egg.
I was just going to ask about that.
That's okay. That would happen at home, right?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Or at the firehouse, as it were.
Exactly. So this is just an egg and a cup of buttermilk.
Okay.
And you can use the low-fat buttermilk if you want. And so we take our chicken tender, and then we put it in our dip here. And this is going to make sure that our breadcrumbs stick to it, so they don't kind of fall off. And then we just kind of roll it around in there. You can get in there with your hands if you want, but I like to use the tongs here. And then we just put it on a greased baking sheet, and then we just repeat. So it's pretty simple.
Fantastic. And of course, an advantage of doing the oven baked as opposed to a deep fried, a lot safer. You don't have that grease splashing, potentially boiling over.
Right. It's a great safety tip, right?
Yep.
Use the oven. It's healthier and safer.
Exactly. Exactly.
All right. So
All kinds of bad things can happen with that hot oil.
that's so true. And a lot of people don't even have deep fryers, so
Right.
it just kind of makes it easier too.
Yep.
All right, so our chicken tenders are all breaded and ready to go in the oven. So
Fantastic.
we'll put them in at 375 for about 15 to 20 minutes.
Okay.
All right, so we have to have a dip with our chicken tenders.
Yeah, we do.
So you could do honey mustard. You could buy that, already made. But I like to make my own, and instead of honey, I like to use pure maple syrup.
Okay.
So you
Never
could
heard
use
of that before.
Yeah, it's really good, and I'm not even gonna measure. We're just gonna guesstimate today.
Excellent.
So it's just pure maple syrup and then some Dijon mustard. So you do equal parts, so about 2 tablespoons of each, and then just whisk them together.
From a nutrition standpoint, on the maple syrup, I've seen light syrup, dark syrup. Is there a difference in the nutrition value other than, I guess a difference between them other than personal preferences or?
Yeah, so that's a great question. So for, I like to get honey or real maple syrup because it's just that. There's not any other added ingredients. And if you buy like a pancake syrup or something, then there's a lot of maybe artificial things in there.
Yep.
But from a nutrition standpoint, we still want to go easy on our portion size for any type of sugar. So even if it's honey or syrup.
Okay.
Yeah. So just a little dip will do.
Okay, yes.
And so we'll just wait for our tenders
Okay.
and then we're good to go.
Great.
They're nice and crispy.
Yeah.
All right, so what we're looking for is the internal temperature of our chicken strips to be 165. 'Cause
Okay.
they're poultry, and so that's what we need to be food safe.
Okay.
So I did temp them, and I'm just gonna put a couple over here on the plate for us because I think we definitely need to try them.
Absolutely.
And so another trick for making your oven baked chicken tenders nice and crispy on the outside is to give them a coat of cooking spray too.
Oh,
so you can
okay.
tell they got really crispy and so they're not soggy.
Okay.
And that's also why we use this wire rack on the bottom to make sure that the air was able to get around
sure.
and so that we didn't have a soggy bottom and a crispy top.
Nice.
So I think they look perfect. Let's give them a
Absolutely.
try. Our honey mustard or our maple mustard.
Yeah. Oh.
Really delicious.
Those are fantastic. And that dressing is really nice, though. the syrup and the mustard are a really good combination. Yeah, a little
Sweet and
different.
salty, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Perfect. Well, I'm glad you liked it.
Yeah,
And I hope they like it at the firehouse.
I'm sure they will.
All right, see you next time.
Bye.